We are becoming a country of constitutional amendments.
Okay.
On a more serious note, go and check from Obasanjo till now how many times. Remember that this Senate Deputy President, the Ekweremadu, who is serving jail time in UK now, he was leading it that time. Abi? He was leading the constitutional amendment when he was there in that house. After all those things, Esther, where are we? The laws are there. It's obedient to the law that is the problem, Esther. I mean, I was looking at, I was listening to what Kenneth was saying, and that's the fact. We said it after that election. Because they were telling us that P2B lawyer, they don't know what they are doing. You know? Meanwhile, the court was working with APC. How can you tell a man, go and collect evidence from INEC, and INEC made it impossible? Instead of you, the court, to sanction INEC, you are still blaming that man. Are you not working with INEC then? The court was supposed to reprimand INEC that, look, if you continue to do this thing, you are going to see the other side of this court. That is what the court does. That is what the court is supposed to do. But they look the other side. With all the complaint of P2B's lawyer, that look, the evidence we need, these people have refused to release it to us. The court just kept quiet. No sanction, no reprimand. And now they are telling me that an institution created by law has a discretionary power to do whatever they like. You know, when things happen like this, you begin to ask yourself, are we a lawless society? Because if a court at that height can give such order that INEC has, is that not why this INEC is acting with impunity? Now look at it. Today now, the same INEC is being told to parade those who committed the electoral offence, and they have ignored the same court. Of course, you gave INEC the impunity he is acting on. It was the court that gave INEC the impunity they are acting on. So why are you complaining?
When the Electoral Act said you use the IRF portal, the court said so, and then the same court now says it is within the discretion of INEC.
When we said that election was rigged, these are the evidence. You cannot dispute it. They were actually acting in cahoots with APC. Nobody can be deceived because it was very obvious, very clear. So when you are talking of amending, the one that is there, have you implemented 1/4 of it, Esther? For example, section 109 says if you defect in a state assembly, if you defect and go to another party, you have lost your seat. Clearly stated.
I don't think that's functional now.
Can you? I have not been saying it here. The case of Rivers State would have settled this matter, but up to today, it's getting to 2 years now. The court have not looked into that matter. They were just dancing around it, and created a ground for state of emergency in Rivers State.
Okay, right.
If they have ruled on that matter, will all the people that are defecting now, will they defect?
Membership in another legislative house. A member of a house of assembly automatically vacates their seat if they become a member of another legislative house, such as a Senate or House of Representatives. That's what it said. That's section 109 of the Constitution, and it outlines the circumstances under which a member of a state house of assembly vacates their seat. Specifically, it addresses situations like becoming a member of another legislative house, accepting certain political offices, or being absent from sittings without just cause. And it also covers situations where a member joins another political party after being elected on the platform of a different party. So why the constitutional brigandage?
You are asking me that question. Can you see? Because when some of us talk, they think that we are just making noise. These are things that are destroying Nigeria as I talk to you now, that everything has become lawless. These are laws that you ought to implement to check all this rascality. But since nobody is looking at it, is that not why everybody is behaving anyhow? A party will spend all their money, resources to sponsor you to win an election. Immediately you got into the seat or into power, you now carry all those political capital and go and hand it over to a party that did not contribute anything to election, and nobody will query you. Esther, what kind of infamy is that? at it. All the people that are APC are benefiting from today, they did not contribute to the election. But look at how they are celebrating it. APC getting all of them. Tinubu is doing well. They did not contribute one quarter to their election. Now they are harvesting all of them, using money to induce them to come in and all that. The people that created that constitutional provision, are they stupid? They know why they did it, to check all this rascality. But until today, the court, so the politicians, all of them, they have neglected it. So what other amendment are you going to make there, Esther? No, tell me, what other amendment are you going to make there?
You don't think an amendment is needed?
What is it? They will not obey. That's what I'm telling you. We have so many laws that if you implement them, oh my God, people will behave themselves overnight. People will behave themselves without any argument.
So you're saying that most of the things being done right now are unconstitutional?
Illegal, clearly illegal. Against the rule of law, against due process, illegal. Somebody will wake up and will announce one institution and give it to one man's name. Somebody will wake up and impose state of emergency somewhere. Esther, what kind of country is that? So the provisions of section 305, nobody have looked at it. Go and show me where the president is giving power to do such a thing. Up to today, everybody just kept quiet. And Tinubu is acting like a loose cannon. The man that fought for democracy is now destroying democracy. Big time. And when you are talking, they say you don't like Tinubu. How can I like someone who is destroying what we cherish so much? How can I? Esther, how can I? You know, this one patriotic citizens, I don't even want to listen to them because they don't know what they are doing. Very ignorant fellows. Tomorrow you'll be crying, Nigeria is bad. You are the one that created the badness in Nigeria. It is you. It is you when you are supporting this evil. The people that are protesting in Lagos State now, where we are there,
meaning of state of emergency, generally it has been defined by the Chambers 20th Century Dictionary as the suspension of normal law and order procedures and the introduction of strict control of the population that usually involves the military so that a crisis, revolution and all can be contained.
Exactly.
But the 1999 Constitution does not expressly state the meaning of a state of emergency. Its meaning can, however, be gleaned from a combined reading of some sections of the Constitution, particularly section 45 subsection 3, which provides thus in the section: a period of emergency means any period during which there is a force or a proclamation of a state of emergency declared by the president in exercise of the powers conferred on him under section 305 of the Constitution. But section 305, however, does not expressly spell out the meaning of the expression state of emergency. The section only quite extensively provides for the procedure for declaration of a state of emergency, the conditions that will engender such a declaration, when it will cease to have effect, and the role of the National Assembly, the governors of the states and its legislative house in the process.
Good. Esther, this thing you read now, are you telling me that the Attorney General of the Federation is not aware of it?
Oh, he defended the president.
Good. That will tell you what we are talking about. Now, the conditions spelled out there, was it prevalent in Rivers State when that state of emergency was declared?
There was. Well, it was because of the pipeline explosion.
Even in what do you mean by that? Was any pipeline exploding? You remember that some people went to investigate that particular fake news and came out and told us that there was nothing like that. Is that not true? They were just working towards an answer.
Arise TV did they went there, and we saw videos of where the pipeline was interfered with, where whatever happened, they said there was obviously sabotage. There was also a diabolical bucket or bowl around it there where they did what they did. But we don't know if it was sabotage from the government or sabotage of the people of Rivers.
Esther,
so it's not fake, actually.
Hold on, Esther, please, I want to ask you a question. The breakdown of law and order, which was spelled out in that section you read now, was it prevalent in Rivers State as at that time? They say breakdown of law and order.
No, there was no breakdown of law and order.
Like you saw in Plateau and Benue, where human beings were lost. That pipeline they are talking about, was it the first, second, or third time that pipeline had been busted by Niger Delta militants? Please tell me. all these things that people are trying to lash on, it just they are playing to the gallery. There was no need for such thing. Today, the real reason for state of emergency have it not become obvious to everybody? Has it not become clear to every Nigerian that they wanted the soul of Rivers State, Wike and Tinubu? Has it not become clear to all of them now? Those who were supporting it. That means have an issue. There was no need for state of emergency in Rivers. Because Fubara was implementing the Supreme Court order.
The president shall have power to issue a proclamation of a state of emergency only when the federation is at war, the federation is in imminent danger of invasion or involvement in a state of war, there is actual breakdown of public order and public safety in the federation or any part thereof to such extent as to require extraordinary measures to restore peace and security.
Exactly.
There is a clear and present danger of an actual breakdown of public order and public safety in the federation or any part thereof requiring extraordinary measures to avert such. And if there is an occurrence or imminent danger or the occurrence of any disaster or natural calamity affecting the community or a section of the community in the federation. So if the pipeline explosion not a disaster or a calamity that could affect the state of Rivers, and that's why the president called for a state of emergency. And then after that state of emergency was declared, why did the pipeline explosion stop?
That would not tell you that somebody was walking towards an answer. I asked you that time, are you sure that these people they were not the one that did that thing? By the way, in all you read there, did you hear pipeline? No, tell me, did you hear that where there is an explosion from pipeline that doesn't can declare state of... You have started again. You have started, though. Are you not the one that read it? Or where there is a tire that burst, they will conclude it was a bomb blast. That immediately the president can declare. You know, very, very childish. Pipeline that exploded somewhere, therefore you declare state of emergency. But where human beings have been slaughtered, where you even visited in Benue to commiserate with those who are weeping and mourning, you didn't see anything for state of emergency there. That means Tinubu does not even know what is breakdown of law and order. That's the meaning. Yes, because if he knows, Benue and Plateau are eminently qualified for state of emergency. At a point, the northern leaders were begging Tinubu, come and declare state of emergency in insecurity in our region. No. Is that not true? He kept quiet.
All right, Barry.
But because in Rivers State, for selfish interest, you can now destroy democracy. You know that thing you read here, Esther? Did you hear that where there is an explosion or where somebody compromised the pipeline that carry fuel, carry gas, you should impose the state of emergency in that state immediately? That means people don't even understand the deeper meaning of this state of emergency. You are destroying democracy. Can Tinubu come out today and tell me he is Democrat? Can he? Esther, can he come out and claim again that he fought for democracy? That means ab initio he was deceiving everybody. A Democrat cannot behave like Tinubu. He cannot even speak like Tinubu. I'm telling you, he cannot. Every institution has been compromised under Tinubu. Is that not a fact? Can a Democrat behave like that? Tell me. No, look at it. Even in home state here in Lagos, look at ordinary local government election. Look at what is going on. He fought for democracy. He's an kiniko. Where is it now? Where is it? My happiness is that all of us are in it. That's my happiness. See, the people of Lagos are protesting now. They have not started. They are just starting. We are not the one that's... Even this chairman they are trying to harass. It's not the fault of the chairman of Jelabi. It's not him. He's acting on others. Yes, he's acting on others. Yes, I tell you that. Ojelabi is acting on others. He can't even have the power to do what impose who.
Well, they complained today.
When Sowolu tried to remove his speaker, didn't you see how they charge him from Abuja, and when he now became born again, they told him that his sins are forgiven. When Sowolu want to remove Obasa, did you not hear when the owner of Lagos said? And you are telling me that
they said they are concerned that politicians from the 20 local government areas, 37 LCDAs. That what brought them here is the injustice they witnessed in the just concluded local government elections. Yes, they said that chairman and vice chairman have emerged, but when it came to appointing supervisors and secretaries to local governments, they were sidelined. Said there was no consultation, no dialogue, and that's not democracy. He added that many members who were not against those who won the elected positions, but insisted that the lack of inclusive consultation was troubling. Okay, and if you remember, after the local government elections were conducted, we saw some protests in some aspects of Lagos where some of the APC members complained of imposition, that even some of the aspirants who won the local government elections were not the aspirants that were the real persons that were meant to be there. There were a lot of complaints, but a lot of Nigerians feel that this is a way of making sure that, the APC making sure that what transpired in 2023 does not transpire in 2027. All the local governments, all the wards needs to be covered in whatever way. And they feel that imposition could be the way to actually realize that.
Esther, I listened to your analysis during the 6 o'clock news, and I disagree with him.
Okay.
Completely, because those things you were talking about, how Awolowo was imposing and becoming...
like it was the same thing Tinubu doing.
Was it not what collapsed the First Republic? Was it not what collapsed the First Republic that Awolowo had to be jailed? He didn't talk about that too. So when are we going to move forward and leave certain things behind? Leave certain things behind because they are no longer relevant here. It will create problem. That's what I'm telling you here. When you want to make reference that will be sustainable, reference that is in tandem with the modern world. Did you hear such a thing in America, where you copy the democracy? So why will you be telling us that it is the same thing? You must be connected with somebody up there before you can become anything. This and that. When they create a party, somebody must be in charge. What is that democracy? That was what collapsed the First Republic. So anybody making reference to that is that asking us to pass through the same road. Already, you can see the ruckus in Lagos now because of imposition.
Yeah.
Look at it. It has started. So anybody that want to take us for, please don't make reference to something. It is not healthy. It's not sustainable. We have chosen to do democracy. Let us do it properly, please. That's what I'm saying here. Don't do it ad hoc. But that's why people are laughing at us. They don't even know where we are.
Who
no, the outside world, yes, of course. You don't know that Nigeria has become a laughing stock, Abi? You have not been reading international news or what? I don't get it. No, you are not. Go and ask David Hundeyi now. Go and ask him. Go and ask him. All because of these people who claim to be God. How can you claim you are in a democracy when one man will decide? Well, Esther, please, let's go to the next one.
All right, the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has rejected the attempt by INEC to set aside the judgment directing and compelling INEC to investigate and prosecute perpetrators and sponsors of electoral violence and other electoral offences committed during the last general elections in 2023. And this was disclosed on Sunday by SERAP Deputy Director Kolawole Oluwadari. INEC's application was brought to challenge the contempt lawsuit brought by Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project SERAP against the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, over the Commission's failure to obey the July 18, 2024 judgment by Justice Obiora Egwatu. Now, on the 17th of December 2024, INEC filed a preliminary objection seeking to set aside Justice Egwatu's judgment on the grounds of alleged misrepresentation, non-disclosure and concealment of material facts. INEC also sought to release the SERAP lawsuit against INEC so that it can be heard and determined on the merits. But Justice Egwatu, in his ruling on the 23rd of July 2025, rejected INEC's argument and dismissed the preliminary objection. Egwatu had held that the judgment delivered by this court on the 18th of July 2024 is a final judgment. It's a judgment on the merits and not a default judgment as contended by INEC. Accordingly, I resolve the issues in favor of SERAP and against INEC. Now, here is something, Barrister Darlington. I think for almost 3 different occasions, INEC chairman had been asked to present the electoral offenders, and he has been quiet. The last time I think Serap actually did this, and the court asked INEC that he actually risked contempt of court by not obeying the court judgment of presenting those who were involved in electoral malpractices. If you had monitored the off-season elections, we saw policemen, INEC officials, they were all involved in electoral malpractices, and up till now we've not seen any form of prosecution or any judicial proceedings against these individuals. And there has been several allegations against INEC as an institution of corroborating in the injustice and ill manner in which they have, possibly mutilated independence when it comes to conducting elections, and INEC being an institution that is meant to supposedly resolve inter-party issues by properly interpreting the CTC, like what is going on with the Labour Party and even the ADC. Dumebi Kachuku had actually complained that INEC had dilly-dallied for a long time concerning Ralph Umosu as the chairman of the party after his expiration. Again, there were talks about INEC's involvement, INEC being the one to delay justice, INEC not speaking on time. How do you interpret this?
It is arrogance and impunity.
You're not going to question the report because Mr. Delefanimo questioned it and said that there's a difference between a criminal matter and a civil matter.
Quite, I agree. Now, let us look at the offenses of INEC here.
Okay.
Under the Electoral Act, yes, INEC has a responsibility to caution those working in that institution because they are under INEC. And that was why the court was specific. But then, the word of the court to use there is what I don't understand. He said INEC should parade. INEC should parade the electoral offenders.
Yes.
What right does he have to do that? That is what I don't understand. Because
what right does who have to do that?
The INEC chairman.
Okay, it's not his responsibility.
It cannot be because that parade, it is the police that parade the suspects. Okay. It is the police that parade the suspects. In any situation, any ground. INEC chairman cannot parade the suspects, whether they are within or without. So I don't know what the court was trying to achieve. If INEC have told if the court have told the police or the IG, the IG should liaise with INEC chairman to arrest the electoral offender. Then the IG can now tell INEC chairman, look, those people that the court are asking for, we need them. Present them here. Which even outside INEC, even another civil matter. When you are looking for somebody, there must be somebody who will present that person. Like if you take somebody on bail now, and the person jump bail, the police will tell you, go and bring this man you took on bail. If not, you are going to take his place in this court proceeding. They will tell you that. So, INEC, will he arrest these people and then carry them to police with what powers? When the police are there, tell me, when the police are there, you see, there are certain decisions the courts are making that even confuse some of us. We don't know where they are coming from. They don't know who has the power of, yes, as a citizen, you can arrest. You can arrest in a criminal matter. Maybe you see somebody committing a crime. As a citizen, you can do that. It's there in the Constitution. But this is a civil matter and an electoral offense. It is when they get to court with the powers of the police, you now begin to ask questions as to what they do and what they did not do. You now separate it. If there is criminal element in that, you treat it as a criminal matter. Because a matter can be both civil and criminal. Yes.
All right.
So what they are trying to blame, and that's why the INEC chairman was very silent. He didn't even bother to answer until Serap woke up.
Yes.
Serap woke up to take over the gauntlet. But even the contempt charges that they want to place on INEC chairman, did he go far? The man was just sitting pretty as if nothing happened, as if nobody was talking to him. Again, arrogance and impunity. Because due processes are not followed. Esther, due processes are not followed by our courts these days. The court should have given a specific order to the IG in this matter.
All right, Barrister Darlington, the Social Democratic Party has expelled former Kaduna State Governor Rufai from its vote, declaring him ineligible to associate with the party in any capacity for the next 30 years. This was contained in a statement issued in Abuja just this Sunday. Okay? Now, according to Ayiniba, Rufai never formally registered with the party at his ward level as required by SDP's constitution, but went ahead to falsely announce on social media that he had joined the party. So the party accused Rufai of gross indiscipline, misinformation, inducement, and manipulation actions that it said had fueled internal divisions and threatened the SDP's unity and ideological integrity. They further claimed that Rufai had publicly aligned himself with the African Democratic Congress while simultaneously attempting to drag the SDP into an unapproved political coalition undermining party principles. Okay, now Bayo Onanuga has taken a swift response to what the SDP did. So basically, you know him, he's the president's special advisor on information and strategy, and he wrote, internally displaced again to mock Rufai. So you know basically what that means, and this follows weeks of tension between Rufai and both the SDP leadership and the ruling APC. So the question is, will we see Rufai officially now join the ADC, and do we see Rufai's vengeance or attitude of revenge against Tinubu having any headway? Let's look at it from a conjecture of, or a prism rather. Let's not look at it from a conjecture, from a prism of some Nigerians feel that Rufai did not do well as the governor of Kaduna State, and now that the president has emerged, Kaduna has not really experienced what it experienced under the governorship of Rufai. There's a very strong tendency that that state may actually align with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, specifically the Christian faithfuls from Kaduna State, and that it is his antecedent that is his problem. Now, Rufai seems to be speaking what a lot of Nigerians are feeling about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but the antecedent of 2023, when he vehemently, audaciously supported President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Nigerians feel that it's because he did not get any personal gain from this administration. That's why he's coming out now to speak. So, again, is he now an internally displaced political person, as Bayo Onanuga has stated?
It looks like,
Oh my God.
You know, the death of Buhari is going to claim many casualties in the north. Are you aware of that? At least the Rufai is one of them now.
Yeah.
Because that time when Buhari was alive, Rufai was always going there, hobnobbing with Buhari.
No, Rufai was a Buhari's boy. No doubt about
good.
it.
Even when he left APC, he told her that Buhari, he spoke with Buhari, and Buhari approved it before he left for SDP.
Oh, yeah.
He said it.
We saw videos of that as well.
He said it.
He and Atiku Abubakar.
Now that Buhari is no more, you can see what is going on. Do you think that if Buhari were to be alive today, the SDP would do what they did to Rufai? Is it possible?
So you think it's because Buhari passed on?
Of course. That's why I told that many casualties are coming. Are you telling me? The CPC people that left, why do you think they left? Nobody to tell them what to do or what not to do now. Can't you get it? If Buhari were to be alive, will you allow all of them to move out in drove like that? No. They are now moving out. They are now want to act according to their conscience. Not that time when somebody will tell them what to do and what not to do. Because if Buhari were to be alive and these people are living and he did not say anything, of course, Tinubu will get the message that, look, Buhari is behind all these things. That's the truth. So that's what I'm telling you here, that there will be many casualties. The northern CPC member, they are going to now act according to their own conscience because they no longer have a leader. Nobody to guide them. Unfortunately, Rufai has a lot of baggages. I said it before. I said, look, God will use all the people in the Bible. All of them were bad men. None of them had good character. But God, I said it. That if they are going to come together and do something about where we are now, I agree. But unfortunately, Rufai came to SDP with nothing. They thought he was bringing money. That's why they even allowed him the first time. Oh, you didn't know? They don't wait. No money is coming. They come here and say, in thief money. They were waiting for him to bring that money to their party. He didn't bring anything. So what is it there for? Don't you see that he has suddenly gone cold? He's not making noise. Do you think that if Atiku was not financing ADC, anybody will talk to him?
Is it only Atiku that is financing ADC?
Tell me any other person.
What do you mean? Tell me, there's Amechi there.
Doing what?
What do you mean doing what?
What did he do?
So you're saying that he's not financing ADC? David Mark is also there. He's not financing ADC.
Look, anybody that is the paymaster, you don't need to be told. By their actions and not you will know. Why do you think they are deferring to Atiku? Okay, is any of them richer than Atiku? Mention in that ADC now. Mention that one person that is richer than Atiku. So how can he be there and the smaller fries will not be? Or don't you know that he who pays the papa dictate the tune? Is that not the normal cliché they normally? So what are you telling me? Then in Labour Party, why do you think Obi is having problem? He didn't bring money. He didn't bring money. Rather, Abure is not happy that money he should have brought to him, he used it to go and do Father Christmas all over the place. Don't you know that what he paid in Abure? Esther, you don't understand these people.
You guys.
You don't. See, you don't. Abure is not happy with Obi. Whenever he heard that he went to the north, he said, look at him. Look at, and I'm here as the chairman. No, instead of Obi to bring... All this beefing, is all about money. I am telling you, if Obi were to be passing message through Abure, they will become paddy. That's the truth. So that is Nigerian politics. So Rufai did not bring anything to the table except for that few noise he made when Buhari was alive.
At least somebody that understands Nigeria politics. Because this is how Nigeria politics is being run. There is no law and order in Nigeria. Nobody follows the law. Even the Supreme Court itself don't follow the law. Even those that made law, the judiciary, the legislature, none of them are following the law that them themselves are creating. Because what happened in the Rivers State is a pure example that Nigeria don't follow the law and constitution. Because nobody have the right to declare state of emergency except if there's a war or a conflict. But you cannot just state because of a pipeline that exploded and then declared state of emergency. Like this man said, this is just so that Rivers State will be in the hands of Wiki and Tinubu for the next election. It's very simple. And this is a proof that P2B was rigged. Because how can court send P2B's lawyer to INEC to go and get evidence, and then they went there, INEC did not give them, and then the court did not do anything. The court was even blaming P2B that they don't have any clear evidence. That's to tell you how lawless Nigeria has been. Because we don't follow anything in law and order in Nigeria. Where police are going to arrest you without any warrant. Where EFCC are going to arrest you without any warrant. Without anything. Like everybody is taking laws into their own hands. And nobody is there to sanction them. Because the courts are not sanctioning them. The courts have reduced their respect to the ground. That nobody obeys them anymore. To the extent that Supreme Court gave an order that Abure is no longer the chairman of the Labour Party. But Abure is still holding meeting. Supreme Court said that Nnamdi Kanu has been discharged of or dismissed of every charges. But the Federal High Court is still charging Nnamdi Kanu. Supreme Court has the right, they have the right to say that this person should not be charged anymore and no other courts should ever go ahead and charge them. But today, Federal High Court, DSS, federal government are still charging Nnamdi Kanu in court. That means they are failing to obey the laws of the Supreme Court. Abure, on the other hand, is still disobeying Supreme Court because Supreme Court don't have that much power anymore. Their respect have been brought down to zero. That's the level where we are in Nigeria, where everybody is taking laws into their own hands. I haven't heard I think VDM came out and said that the police people ordered a demolition of a property in Abuja. Police ordered a demolition. Everybody is taking laws into their own hands. This was a clear example that this country does not abide by the rules and regulations of its own, because the Nigerian Constitution is no longer functional in Nigeria. Every time amendment, everybody is amending it in a way that it will suit them. Not even in a way that it will help to protect Nigeria and its people and its culture. That's the level where we are in Nigeria. But I'd love to get your own view and thought about the video version in the comment section. But to me, I think this is a video where by Darlington, it pulls every hook and corners of this country. How lawless we have been and we can be. Where nothing is working in this country. Everybody is doing as they want, going against the laws, going against the constitution. This is just the level where we are in Nigeria. But let me get your thoughts and views in the comment section. I'll be back in my next video.